Alright, thank you for joining me in another video about Easy Text Protect. Today we're going to be talking and looking at some of the security features that it has to offer. And to get started very quickly, what we're looking at right here is the Control-Alt-Delete logon for a Windows 7 system. And I just want to demonstrate that Easy Text Protect is installed per the user, and that's why administrative rights is not required to successfully install it. So just as an example, looking at a user called Tom that's on this PC, if Tom is using Easy Text Protect on this Windows 7 system, another user named Joe could not look at the information for Tom. This is pretty important to know, just to understand that the data is not shareable between one account from another account. This is a layer of security. After logging in to Windows 7, we launch Easy Text Protect, and notice one of the first things it asks us is for a password. And we also have a password hint down here, but I'm going to type in my password and just understand that this is another layer of security to protect access into the Easy Text Protect data. Easy Text Protect has just opened up, and it's automatically navigated into the category that we were last in before closing Easy Text Protect. And notice I have a variety of different categories, but primarily today we're going to be working in the banking category in the Wells Fargo subject. So notice in the Wells Fargo subject, I have a variety of amount of information: the account number, social security, my mother's maiden name, and the address, and some phone numbers, and some links, and some other information that I've actually pulled from the website. I've also got my username and my password and the link to the Wells Fargo banking portal. And let me just show you the password real quick. My password for Wells Fargo is easy peasy. Now I can very simply double click on this URL, open up the Wells Fargo website, and then click on my username and then paste this into the website. And then I could click on this and paste this into the password. And notice that I could easily log in to the Wells Fargo website. But today what we're trying to demonstrate here is how we actually protect our information within our subjects. Easy Text Protect has basically two modes for security, and non-private and then private. Now, we've opened up Easy Text Protect in a non-private mode, and I can tell this by navigating to this icon, or I can actually right click and toggle between the non-private and the private mode. So right now I'm going to select the toggle private modes, and it asks me for my password, because these items are considered very sensitive. Now notice I'm still in the banking category and I have no private items. So let me toggle back to the non-private items and Wells Fargo. Now because this is very sensitive information, I've decided that I really need to make this stuff private. So by right clicking on the Wells Fargo subject, I can duplicate the subject item. And now I want to give it a name, and I'm going to call this Wells Fargo, and let's just say 2 for right now. And I do want to make this a private item, and I'm really not happy with this icon right here, so I'm going to select add a new icon. And for me, any banking subject really has to do with money. So I'm going to select the $sign, and I'm going to select close. And now I must save any changes that I make, and select save changes. And notice that I still only have one Wells Fargo. Now if I right click and I toggle between my modes, it asks me for a password. And notice that I've just created a new Wells Fargo subject item, which is now private. So the difference is between the private items and the non-private items, all of this text within this subject item is actually encoded. So that if my hard drive was ever stolen, it'd be very hard to read this information without logging on as Tom and without having my password. As an example, this password, the password to enter in the private mode section of Easy Text Protect. So right now I'm going to toggle back to the non-private items and go back to my Wells Fargo item. And there may be times where I actually want to share some of this information. And in Easy Text Protect, we have the ability to highlight specific pieces of text, right click, and I can actually protect the highlighted text. I'm going to select this right now. And notice that this form opens up and it has automatically inserted the text that is highlighted. Now, just as an example, I'm going to type in a private key of 777 and select Protect Text. And yes, I want to protect this text. And notice that the form has given me some text that is completely unreadable. Now, I can do a lot of things with this text, considering I know the secret key, but I can copy this text. I can open up a browser or I can email it. But for starters, let's copy the text, and then I'm going to close the form, and I can right click on this information and paste it. Now notice that I've pasted the text from the last form, and it's also given me my secret key, and it's also given me a download link for Easy Text Protect. For demonstration purposes, I'm just going to delete this information really quickly and then save my changes. So from here you can see that all of the information pertaining to my social security number and my account number and mother's maiden name and my address, it's all now unreadable. This information lives in a non-private subject item, but yet it's still unreadable. If I really need to see this, I can right click this as well and read the highlighted text. And notice that it automatically puts the text directly in the text box, where if I know the secret key, I can view the text. Now from this form, I can copy it just as well. So I'm going to copy this information, and notice how my text is still highlighted. At this point, I can right click and paste the information back again, and let's just save these changes. So now to move this demonstration forward a little bit more, let's suppose that within the Wells Fargo subject item we actually want to share this with someone. We have the ability to right click on the subject and select Share Subject Item. The Protect and Share Text form opens up, allowing us to actually edit anything within this form, and possibly we may want to use an identifier for our subject line. As an example, the person that we're sending this protected text to, if I know their age, I can select your age, and let's say that they're 33. And at this point, if all of the text within this body is correct, I can select Protect Text. And yes, this message is correct. So I'm giving back some more encoded text that's completely unreadable. And again, from here I can copy or open up a browser, but this time I want to select email. Automatically, my Endora email program popped up with a new email subject item. And notice I do have to change the to line. And notice that the subject line reflects the secret key is your age. So the person receiving this really should know that, hey, I'm 33, that's my secret key. And additionally, here's all of our unreadable text. And down at the bottom, we specify this, your protected text, copy and paste the following into Easy Text Protect. And then we're also giving them a download link for Easy Text Protect. Now remember, anyone can use Easy Text Protect. We have a 21 run trial time, so this is a good way to actually get started with Easy Text Protect. And we can delete this just as well if we need to. We could easily just as well just send this email out right now, and the recipient really has everything they need to read this text. Back into the protect and share text form. Right now we've obviously already protected this text, but we do have a link that says read protected text if I really want to go back to the original message. And let me demonstrate that real quick. And then read protected text. Now notice how that these forms can work independently of each other, so that I can get the data that I need in any one of these forms. In the read and protected text form, notice that our message is already in the text box. Knowing the secret key, we can now view the text. And notice the original message is actually right here. We've come to the conclusion of this video, and I hope that demonstrating how Easy Text Protect can help protect your text data, whether it's just a simple message in your subject items or passwords or creating passwords. Easy Text Protect does have a lot to offer.